And so for the next 4 hours, I'm sitting there kind of doing my thing, and I've got a bird, and I kid you not, its head is like this. And its one eye is just staring down at me. And this is where my thought came, like, wave at the camera. Like, I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do here? Is this a robot, you know?
Welcome back to Good Friends, everyone. My name is Diego.
My name is Ice.
That's crazy. My name is Matt.
My name is Cherish.
Today, we're going to be talking a couple of conspiracy theories. We each have one, except for Cherish. We didn't prep her at all. So sorry about that. We
You know, I'm just here.
This was all last minute, by the way.
I'm just an extra person.
Probably mostly my bad, but
I mean,
no.
I'm
First
not going to point any fingers.
Thanks for not relaying the message, Matt.
And before we even blame Matt, let's blame me, because like 2 days ago, like at midnight, I texted you guys like, hey, by the way, I want you guys to prep something.
I was ready to take the bullet, bro.
No. This is all on
Bullet
me.
went through me into Diego.
We are scrambling today because first, it's not even a Tuesday. It's not even our normal recording day. We're on Thursday now.
On Thursday.
It's throwing my whole week off. We were talking about that.
It does feel like a Tuesday.
It feels like a Tuesday right now. It's crazy. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday, which that's
Like,
nuts.
Everything.
Game time.
It's game time. It's game time. Before we get started, I do want to talk just like some couple like meme like general things I've seen lately. So have you seen the "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine"? Have you seen that?
I've heard of that.
The LeBron meme. Oh my god!
Hang on, really quick.
I'd be surprised if you haven't.
It's it's hard because it might be a TikTok thing.
I saw it on TikTok. I think it's on Reels as well.
Reels, see, Reels doesn't.
Reels, you won't get it for like 2-3 weeks.
So TikTok gets the first wave?
TikTok is the first wave.
Always.
Now that TikTok's huge, it's always the first.
It's always
everything.
Okay. This is all it is. It's spammed everywhere, bro.
I get it. Okay.
Let me see.
Oh my.
This is crazy.
Just hips.
Dude, it's so nuts. They'll be doing like,
No way.
I don't think that's real. That's got to be like from like a concert or something overlay.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would never.
Do you know how sick that would be though?
That's my next question. Like, what happens when LeBron comes across that? And he's like,
he has to.
What is that? You know, you just see a video of yourself glowing.
Dude, there was another one. I gotta find it real fast. It was like an Asian version. It was like the Chinese one of Chairman Mao. They gave him the Chairman Mao haircut.
Oh
That was so goofy.
Bro, I've been dying left and right just seeing this every day.
Dude.
You'll get it in 2 weeks, don't worry.
Isn't it wild? Like, entertainment just boggles my mind.
Here's the thing about it though. I don't think I'll see it on Twitter. Like, to be honest,
think it'll make it?
I don't think.
Twitter, no. Twitter, I don't think. Instagram for sure.
Yeah.
Reels. I think it'll make it
funny
to Reels.
meme accounts.
Yeah. LeBron fans kill me. LeBron fans are so funny to me.
LeBron's my goat.
Dude, I think about how is this gonna affect LeBron's legacy all the time.
Literally.
Anytime I think of like LeBron, I think of Malachi, because Malachi is the one guy who was like, I would give my life for LeBron. He was like, I would give both my legs up right now so that he could play another 10 years in the NBA. We had a full argument with him about this.
I forgot Malachi's.
Oh gosh,
That's funny.
love Malachi. Love that guy.
LeBron.
Yeah,
Love LeBron. I've known that guy for years. He's a good guy.
It's weird to think that he's been in the league since we were 4 years old.
I like.
That's insane.
We were 4 when he was and he started playing in the NBA. Now how old are we? He's still playing in the NBA.
Still playing in the NBA. I don't know. I don't understand it.
That's crazy.
I'm 25 and ready to retire.
That's what I'm saying.
That dude's 40 playing athletic ball. Like
He's playing.
40?
Yeah, he's playing against like people that are entering the league older than his children right now.
Yeah.
Like I saw this stat where like his son is like he's 18 too. Yeah, he's like a
Right.
freshman in college,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's like a few people that are younger than him in the NBA.
Literally
younger than his son.
I was actually excited to see if his
Somewhat.
son would play with him. Remember that whole conversation?
It's still happening.
still-
It's still a
I would
thing.
love to see that.
Me too.
That would be.
Has that ever happened?
I think it has.
Not
but
in, not in NBA.
I think in baseball it's happened.
Baseball happened, which is crazy.
NBA would be insane. I would love to see that.
That's I think that's his whole thing. Like, that's his whole thing. He's just trying
He's
to like
trying.
he's trying to like
That's what it
wait.
is.
I think he just said it like recently. He said I have like 1 or 2 more years in me, and that's it.
Eyes at Bronny,
Yeah. Everyone's like
1 or 2
Bronny.
years,
Bro, you know how crazy that would be though if they got his like son on the same team.
Even
or just playing against each other.
same team would
yeah.
be absolutely bonkers.
on the same
That'd be
court.
nuts.
Like
even playing each
playing.
other, like
fun.
that'd be great.
That's history right there. That's cinema right there.
That's cinema. Oh my gosh. The other thing that I've been seeing a lot of, I've been seeing so many like P. Diddy memes.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
everywhere. That
P.
dude.
Those
Diddy
are crazy.
is everywhere right now.
It was only a matter of time.
What's the song? It's like wake up in the morning feeling like, and then the dude like immediately turns the radio off. He like listens for a sec and then turns it back
It's
up.
the Kesha song.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Bruh. Yeah.
Dude, I've been
That's a good one.
dying at everything I see from that. It's so funny.
That's a good one. That's crazy.
Well, consequences.
That man is insane.
Have you guys seen that video? I don't know who it is, but there's like a group of them, and they're like drinking, and they all look beyond themselves, and he's like, the game has changed.
The game's changed.
Jay-Z, I think, as who it is. You haven't seen that video?
No.
I probably have. I just
Look up
don't.
Jay-Z talking in a circle recently. That's literally what it looked like. Maybe it wasn't Jay-Z. I don't know who it was.
Oh, it is Diddy.
It is Disney.
Yo, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. They were at like some.
Like at a party or
they're at
something.
like a dinner or something like that.
And the way he's talking when he's...
So it's Diddy because
I'll find it
Jay-Z
later.
is in that video.
Yeah, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's in
by
that
him,
video.
And he's looking like...
And he's kind of going like, yeah. No,
that's
I've seen that one. That's one. A lot of posts of it. That video
Yeah,
come across like
Yeah.
the timeline a lot and be like Jay-Z knew what was going on the entire time.
Yes.
He was like,
yes.
yeah.
It's
Wild.
All right, let's hop in. Let's do some actual
Actual
theories.
conspiracies. Mine
It's gonna be you, bro.
Mine
It's
is
gonna
on.
be you.
Mine is on P Diddy. Most recent P Diddy.
I did think about that. I was like,
No.
I could dive down that.
I
rabbit
wanted
hole.
to go with like I'm all
A little more
about like,
lighthearted.
no, I wouldn't say that. So my conspiracy theory is on how the Titanic was orchestrated, like the sinking of it, and that it actually didn't happen, or it did for not the reason we thought though. Compelling evidence suggests that the sinking of the Titanic was meticulously orchestrated, designed to facilitate an insurance fraud scheme and eliminate prominent individuals who pose a threat to powerful interests. Which, I mean, if so, there's a bunch of rich people on there.
There are.
Like, if you want to get away with murder, right?
Send them across one of the
One way to
deepest
do it.
parts of the ocean.
You plant an
Yeah,
iceberg
think about
in the middle of the ocean.
You hurry and freeze water.
You're
really
freezing
fast.
water for months beforehand. And making sure
It's a direct path.
yeah, in the
bunch of
root of
Oh no, we can't turn the boat.
literally. So the evidence behind this like come from inconsistencies in like the official narrative of like Titanic from like survivors. Like there's a lot of perspectives on like what actually happened.
Yeah.
So
I've seen a ton of newspapers about
Yeah.
that because like I think when it first happened, there was a bunch of newspapers like where one was like 180 dead, like 300 dead,
Yeah.
6,000 dead, 400 dead, like 250, like just like a bunch of like
All different
inconsistencies
numbers.
with the numbers.
yeah.
And like it'd be up, it'd be low, it'd be up, it'd be low, and so like I've seen like a bunch of different stuff like that.
And so a lot of people also never saw the iceberg Like actually, like there's a lot of like that speculation where like the iceberg was never even there. Like it's just like
torpedo or something.
Yeah, like something, right? So that's one piece of evidence, you know, just kind of like the inconsistencies throughout people, like the survivors. And then another piece of evidence would be the insurance fraud scheme. So the Titanic's sinking provided the perfect cover for an elaborate insurance fraud scheme orchestrated by wealthy individuals with vested interest in the ship's demise.
Fair.
The evidence behind that would be like suspicious financial transactions and unusual insurance policies beforehand, like before they left to go on the Titanic by these people. Reports of inflated insurance claims, forged documents, and secret agreements between the ship owners, insurance underwriters suggests that it could be very much a planned, orchestrated thing.
Conspired.
Yeah.
Event.
Conspired.
I was skimming through, like, when I was trying to figure out, you know, what conspiracy theory I wanted to share. And I was reading something on the Titanic, and I can't remember what it said, but it said that the Titanic, the boat itself, the one that sunk was a different boat called the
Olympic.
Oh,
I saw that too. I saw that too.
And the fact that like people, and the thing is like people did die, obviously, like, you know,
there's no doubt about like the people that have died.
Absolutely. No disrespect, you know, to people who lost people. But at the same time, like, well, I thought about that. I was like, interesting. It's a different boat.
And Church did her homework.
I had that
locked and loaded. I had a phase where I was so into conspiracy theories, and that was one of my favorite ones.
So you could just come up with one on the spot, right?
I don't remember a lot of it, like a lot of like the evidence.
I was looking into because that seems very plausible to me, the insurance fraud,
right?
Because that happens all the time. People do that for their cars, their homes. People will like they will purposely go out of their way to do damage their own property so that they can cash in on the insurance.
That money, baby.
Like I've seen people do that on like roofs and stuff like that, where they're like, oh well, our roof's not damaged enough to get covered by insurance. Let's just pull off more tiles.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Around a windstorm.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I've heard people. What do you mean by who? I'm not naming any of the homies. None of the homies getting named. But Isaac Delgado.
Yeah. You did me like that.
But yeah, no, people do that all the time. And so
when there's a windstorm going on, you see Isaac run for the ladder.
Yeah. Just like ripping off like everything. Like, wow.
Wind is flying.
Strip after strip. This is crazy. This is crazy.
During a storm.
Yeah.
What is that guy doing?
That typically is when people cash out, is right after the windstorm.
That's a smart guy right there. That's what he's doing.
Gosh. Yeah, so I was like, I'm trying to look into it right now to see who owned the Titanic. It was the tycoon JP Morgan.
JP Morgan.
So JP Morgan, I think he's the guy that opened Chase Bank.
Of JP Morgan. That's
so Chase Manhattan Company.
Wow.
Which he named it Chase because people are always going to chase the conspiracy of the Titanic. This dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Come on now.
They do. My thing with like people with that much wealth that are like billionaire level of wealth, they know how to play the system so well. They know everything, and they have so much money that they have literally every connection. And so the way I think about it is I think of somebody like Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, where even though he has so much money and then like he gets arrested and he loses a lot of his money, he still gets to keep so much of that. He's still a multimillionaire, even though a lot of that money was from stolen.
Teased.
Yeah, it's from dissipated, but it belonged to other people. Right. He still gets to keep all of that money. And a big part of that is because if you have the money, you just pay off the lawyers, you pay off the cops, you pay off the DA, you pay everybody off.
Cash is king.
It is. And so like people like JP Morgan, in my opinion, they're so smart and they know how to play the system where if they have a big ship like the Titanic, which I don't know how much it's worth, maybe like a couple $1 million at the time, if they cash out on something like that, they could get they get a fat insurance check. And that's something that maybe that's what helps them start their Chase Bank. Maybe that's what helps them start another side bank or like a shell company.
Another empire,
literally.
Where I draw my line as a human being that enjoys other human beings is killing human beings to get that. Like that's like, could you not just send it out empty? Go for a test run or something.
I guess that
Sorry, Department of Defense. That's a hard the entire defense industry.
I guess that'll go to my third piece of evidence here.
Yeah.
Was the elimination of threats to power. So that being like the whole thing was like the Titanic passengers list included really like upper, you know what I mean, like wealthy people that had a lot of power, right? And who posed a threat to other people's interests and stood in the way of their agendas. So like them being on the boat was kind of like, well, if he dies, he dies. We're in there, you know. That's another thing.
It shifts the game a little bit. The paradigm goes everywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
They had lifeboats, so like people who are influential would have definitely been like, get me on that lifeboat.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like,
it's a chance.
In a time of just like
the Arctic
chaos, though, like I don't think money matters. You know, you're in the middle of it. It's you know, you're dying.
Life or death.
Right? Life or death. You're
fight or flight.
You do not care if that person has $1 billion. You're doing whatever you can to.
It's true.
Right?
That's true.
Same thing, right?
What are they gonna do? They'd be like, "Hey, I'll give you like 100,000 if you let me on there." It's like, okay, so you pay me to die.
Yeah, something like that, right? And
so money doesn't work in those situations.
Exactly.
That just reminds me of like, I think it was a Family Guy meme. I don't remember for
that
sure. That
sounds about right.
But the Titanic's like sinking or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's like women and children first, and he's like dressed up as like a woman so you can get on board. I can't remember what it's from. But that's what I'm thinking of.
Exactly.
Gosh.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm like looking into like some of the notable members. They had a lot of like the British aristocracy. So they had a Countess of Roths. And so she was the wife of the Earl of Roths during the 19th, or I guess the 19th Earl of Roth, Colonel Archibald Gracie IV. He was a real estate investor, member of the wealthy Scottish-American Gracie family. They had a Lord Peary, a chairman of Harlan and Wolff, J. Bruce Ismay, Thomas Andrews. I honestly, there's so many like people named here, but I don't know what they were important for at the time. I can see that like some of these people were like CEOs and presidents of companies, like railroad companies. So there's like the Pennsylvania Railroad president, his wife, his family, president of the Canada's Grand Trunk Railway, his wife, all of his family, American socialites like Lucille Carter, so millionaire, philanthropist, women's right activist, Margaret Brown, tennis star, banker Carl Baer. So there was like a lot of like really like notable people. Wow. And this is just like first class. There was still like their second class, their third class, and still a lot of other people with very like notable connections. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. If you wanted to get away with murder, this is something that I saw on a TV show called Blacklist, where they wanted to kill like a certain individual, and they knew that certain individual would be like, I guess it was like a killer, like a serial killer, and they had certain targets, and like each target they knew would be at a certain location. And so they would just bomb the location. So they didn't care if they killed all these other people around them.
As long as they killed that one person.
Yeah. So there's always a possibility to like,
because then it like spreads
something
out
like that. The
eyes.
It's not so, I guess, like, you know what I mean?
Yep. It's not so direct. It's a lot more like discreet, I guess, because it could go anywhere. It's like, oh, now I don't know who.
It's like a terrorist attack.
Yeah. What the motive was.
The motive could be anyone who's there. Right. So
it's a good way to hide, who the killer is, I guess.
Your intentions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my fourth piece of evidence.
Keep going. I don't know how much you got. Keep going. Nice. I'm just gonna keep it running. Keep going.
I have like 20 more.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
we just keep on going. It was the suppression of evidence and witness intimidation. So after this all happened, efforts to suppress evidence and intimate witnesses suggest a concerted cover-up to conceal the true circumstances surrounding the Titanic sinking. Reports of missing evidence, tampered witness testimonies, and mysterious disappearance of key witnesses indicate a systematic campaign to silence those who could expose the truth. Who knows what that truth is? But I mean, honestly, being a passenger on there, like imagine, you seeing some people like plotting, they're like, so this is gonna happen at this time. Like, let's get out. You know what I mean?
The whispering, something like that. Yeah, no, ain't no way.
So yeah,
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, could you imagine if we were like on a cruise and like there people would be like,
dude, some homeboys in trench coats in the corner, just
ain't no way.
They're just like
looking
like
at their.
They got like life jackets on already. Like, yo, what? That'd be crazy, huh?
Life jackets. They got remotes in their hand.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
like
shoot.
That's crazy.
I'm about to hit that high dive. I figure you jump off a cruise ship, you're hitting concrete, right?
That I don't know.
Did Mythbusters bust
I think
that?
here's the thing. Well, remember that video of that one dude jumping off?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he gets sucked under.
No,
Because I'm pretty sure the propellers
Hold up.
they drag you under once you jump into the.
no.
drags you
if you
under.
go in front of the boat, I could see that because it's pulling water into the propeller.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
go behind the boat, it'll push you.
No, I'm saying
I think
off
you're
the
good.
side. Off the side.
But it's still such a strong current underneath the boat that I think it sucks you under.
Those blades are massive.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
No. Here's the thing. Because also it's not very much close to the surface. There's like an extra level of that. I don't think it would suck you down immediate.
I don't know. Maybe we're thinking of different videos. I'm thinking about the one where it was like the the video I'm thinking of. It's like I feel bad for laughing. It was like it was like the high schoolers where they were doing like a senior trip and they dared him to jump off the edge, and it's like dark and nighttime, so he jumps off the edge and they never find him.
I didn't. No.
They didn't find him again because I think it was shark infested
That was a
waters.
bad
But they
idea.
theorized that he got pulled under the boat.
Okay,
So I'm thinking of a different video.
I saw that one, but I thought that was more of like a shark one
Yeah, it could
rather
be.
than like him jump. Because there's this
It could
one
be
they
both,
got banned This was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. There's a video of it. You should pull
That
it up. He literally
sucks.
jumps off, and
what was he thinking? They would stop and pick him up?
yeah, that's what he
The
thought.
ship is
They-
going.
no, but I think they ended up like sending people out, but like they got banned and like I think jail time or something like that. Yeah,
This
this
guy?
guy. Yeah,
I don't remember this.
you haven't seen that? Pull up the video. All
Oh,
right.
okay. Never mind. They just cut
But that
away.
was it. But that was
Clickbait.
it.
Okay, I did get clickbaited. I got clickbaited.
Welcome to the internet. It's garbage.
Oh wait, look at the one
It was
below.
probably
it,
showing you a
45
bunch
seconds.
of montages, and that one's in there somewhere.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
7-minute video. Jeez.
At nighttime.
Oh,
Been out on a cruise and
No.
you looked out?
that's
the ocean
You're
at night is
jumping
so
into the
scary.
sky is what
Yeah,
it looks
dude.
like. It's black.
Insane.
It's black. You don't even know
That's-
when you're going to hit.
that's
No, I'm
that was-
sorry. I'm like,
That's
that is
crazy.
idiotic.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's crazy.
Woo!
But we've all done stupid stuff,
That's- yeah,
idiotic
yeah.
stuff.
Especially in high school.
Not that stupid, bro.
I don't know if
Not that stupid.
I get
Yeah.
it, though.
No,
you know.
R.I.P. bro. R.I.P. Dude, the ocean at night is so scary.
Terrifying.
I watched some of like the sailing videos of like those deep sea sailing videos of the guys on like the trenches or
Yeah,
the oil rigs,
yeah.
those huge like container ships, and you see the waves that hit their ships.
Oh, dude.
it's insane.
No, it'll rock your.
I don't.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
No,
saying?
for real.
Like,
That's or even just like some that just like videos of like have you seen the POV of the Navy ship? That's
Yeah,
just
it's just-
going and it's like, oh, dude.
Dude, those
you
are
know,
nuts.
like,
Those are
you know,
nuts.
It's like
Grow up.
this, and it's like the ship.
Yeah.
you would think it's time, you know,
Yeah.
and then it just, you know,
No
we're
way,
here.
dude. No
Not just
freaking
that,
way.
like I also like understand why sailors back then believed in mermaids and sirens, because at night, if you hear anything out there, like it could be like an animal or anything, it doesn't matter.
Anything.
It sounds so haunting. I've been watching, I've been going down like rabbit holes with like the cryptids and the mermaids and
Oh,
all
I
these
love
other things.
cryptids.
And there's like a video where like you can hear like the guy's like recording and you can hear like voices like in the
I've
distance.
seen that video.
Yeah.
That video is creepy.
It's so crazy.
It is so
Especially in the middle of the
yeah, it
in the
gets
middle of the
spooked.
sea,
No, I'm
It
where
not.
you
spooks.
can't do anything.
Right, like,
You're,
what do you
there's
do?
nowhere to run.
Yeah, there's
See ya.
nowhere to go. It's over. Like
Turn up your boat.
you're
you know?
there.
You pedal to the metal, right? Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm hitting like gear 6. I know none of that's on a
Yeah,
boat.
no way.
Oh gosh, you wouldn't get mesmerized by the singing, and you wouldn't jump overboard.
Oh, beautiful.
If it's beautiful.
How am I supposed
That's
to?
why I'm not a pirate. Because I wouldn't be a pirate.
I'd
be
get
dead.
scurvy.
I get scared.
I'd be done for.
Yeah, no.
I'm getting splinters in my hand.
But you know, what is this Titanic thing?
Right.
You know, do we
Yeah.
do we
There's one-
believe it or what are we
There's
thinking?
one way to find out.
You know,
Go back in time.
go.
we have to
Okay.
have a seance.
A seance. Talk to the
them.
dead.
Bring back someone. I don't know.
I'm gonna let you do that one. I'm too scared to do the seance.
There's so many witnesses there.
Next
They've been so-
episode, we're doing a seance.
We're all
Stay tuned.
That was mine though.
Cold.
That's so silly.
Okay, I'm
cold.
done. I'm done. I'm done.
You know, I have no reason to not believe it. So
Uh,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like whatever.
So me personally, I actually do believe it just because I also don't trust the like elite, like the wealthiest. I don't trust like all the billionaires and stuff like that. Cause I like just looking at like all the stuff like even our government does with like the CIA and like JFK, like cocaine and like bringing all of that into the States and creating a lot of like havoc.
Yeah.
All to maintain control. I don't know. Like for me, it's believable. Just cause there's so many. There's a lot of bad apples out there. There's a lot of good apples and there's a lot of bad apples.
There's a lot of chess pieces moving.
There are. And we're not the ones moving them, unfortunately.
No, I'm a little dust speck that lands on top of one and doesn't even know I'm in a chess game. I'm just like on something, you know? Like, why am I here?
Matt's on the rook. Isaac and I are on the bishop.
I'm just guarding this castle.
On the queen.
You know? I don't know what's going on. I'm aiming my bow. Like, don't get close.
Yeah. Back up.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All right, Matt, hit us with something.
I got some comedic relief.
I would love it.
Thank God.
so like an hour ago, I was flipping through conspiracy theories because like I've done my research. I've been down the holes and everything. One of my favorite ones that I honestly find a little humorous, and it can get deep, and I can be like, okay, maybe some, but birds aren't real.
The classic.
The absolute classic.
The classic.
Right? This is kind of an open discussion if anybody has something. I have a story, but if you have something you want to say, now's the time.
I don't have anything to say. Okay. I did recently see, I think, a video or a picture. I'm gonna try to like look for it, but this bird does not look real at all. I genuinely don't think this was like a real bird.
I've seen pictures of like, and I don't know what's AI generated and what's not, but I remember seeing pictures even maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and it was like pictures of birds that had like camera lenses in their eyes. You know, you can zoom close.
It just reminds me of like The Incredibles.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Of the bird that goes.
Yeah. And then the schematics of a bird that shows the wires and where the chip is.
Gosh.
Dude, the crazy thing is the video I saw, or at least the picture, it honestly looks like it would follow this schematic. It looked like it had like a robot eye.
Yeah, right.
I'm not kidding. It looked like it was like looking like from its side and it was like zooming in.
Was it just random insane. Or where was it? Was it
I can't remember. I think it was on Twitter or it was on TikTok.
Here's my thing about it. I don't believe birds are fake or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe birds are real. Sorry. Yeah, that was weird. Weird way to word that. But at the same time, I know for a fact that there's some of these
for sure
just like that's planted, right?
That's all I'm saying. Like, you know,
I'm not saying every single one is no, for sure there are some. Wouldn't doubt it.
So here's the story. Here's how it goes. This is why this came into my head. So I've set the scene. I'm in a warehouse. It's a gigantic warehouse. Not gigantic, but let's say like you go through the bay door and you've got probably 300 feet to the end of the. Okay. So I come out. I just happen to be working.
Awesome.
And all of a sudden, a bird, a dove, comes and lands right in front of me.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is going on? Okay. And I was like, we're in a warehouse. Like, are you okay? Well, I walk up to it, thinking like, oh, it'll get spooked and it will go like
just walk away.
It'll go perch on top of something. Yeah. Or something. Okay. So I walk up to it, and this thing, I don't know why I could sense that it was about to do this, and I got so nervous. It starts going Mach 5 for the window. I'm surprised, like, it lived. It hit so hard that I felt bad.
What do you mean? It hit the window?
It slapped the window. I'm surprised it didn't break its neck. Oh, you heard it. I'm surprised it didn't break the window. So it bounces off and it lands on the ground, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, you are like concussed 100%. It didn't know where it was at. So it sits down and I'm feeling bad. You know me. I'm like, okay, I got to save this bird. In my head, I'm thinking, what if it's a mom and it's got babies? Like, I'm starting to make myself cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to help you. I walk up to it and I get really close trying to earn its trust. I probably spent 2-3 minutes just letting it look at me. I got up to it. I rubbed its belly. I should have just grabbed it, because when I went to put my hands around it, of course, the bird's not going to like it. So I'm thinking, you're not going to hit the window again. Goes up. Goes to a different window and smacks. Like, it just boom. I'm like, oh, you're going to die. You're going to die right here. And this time it actually sits up on the perch, like up on the window, right above where I was kind of stationed at. And so for the next 4 hours, I'm sitting there kind of doing my thing, and I've got a bird, and I kid you not, its head is like this. And its one eye is just staring down at me. And this is where my thought came, like, wave at the camera. Like, I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do here? Is this a robot, you know? Turns out, so I just feel bad. I spent the next 30 minutes not working and throwing stuff near it. I'm not trying to hit the bird. To try and spook it towards the door.
Like, get out of here.
So after hitting 5 more windows every time, I don't know why they had so many windows in the warehouse. Finally, it gets spooked by a loud noise and it flies out I didn't go look, but I'm sure the way it flew was probably like this. You know what I'm saying? But the point is like, do birds not understand windows? Or was that thing just running low on batteries? That's my point.
Birds run into windows all the time.
Okay. That's
all the time, especially if they're really
I don't know that many
windows.
times.
I don't know about that many times. That many times is concerning.
I mean, I know.
You think he would figure it out eventually?
Maybe he got concussed.
Maybe he got concussed.
He didn't
so that's
know.
After the first one, he was like,
he's like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm just gonna keep flying to the sun. You know,
he just kept seeing outside, and he was like, "That's where I need to go." So I'm going that way.
You know, I can't fault it because I haven't run into a window, but I have run into your screen door. Yeah. So I know that happened.
And I've ran into screen doors too. I call myself out.
At our new place, we have a door, and then we have a screen door. And I was going out to go out to the
Balcony.
deck.
Yep.
And I'm not used to a screen door, and it was closed, and we haven't had it closed. It was the first time we had it closed since we moved in. So I opened it. I walked like my normal pace. Bam! Smack
boom,
right into it. I was like, there's nothing I can do but laugh at this. And so I went up to Matt. I was like, you want to hear something that is so funny that I just did? And then my friend came over, and I told her the story. And then we were going back out onto the balcony, and I was following her. She opens the door and smacks into the screen to like 20 minutes after I told her that story. And we died. It was the funniest thing.
That's a deadly screen.
Moral of the story, like, keep the thing closed unless you're outside. That's what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? Because people think, you know, you open one door, I'm good. I'll check twice.
Forget you have to do 2.
There might be 5 other windows, so be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, dude, screen
Happens
doors
to
are
the best of us.
the bane of my existence.
It is.
bane of my existence. Diego versus screen doors.
I thought I was getting attacked,
That's
man.
that's Diego's only enemy. Screen doors.
My biggest op.
If you have any super fans, I want somebody to create like a little cartoon graphic of you just blasting through screen doors, you know?
Kicking them down.
And then the screen doors like with hands too. Just like beat Diego up.
Screen doors pulling up.
Yeah.
Or did you beat our brother up the other day?
Let's AI generate
my
that,
God.
bro.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly, we probably could.
Yeah, let's do it.
We could. I found the video I was talking about. So this is from Ryan Garcia, who I don't know if you've like been following Ryan Garcia lately.
Yeah, he's unloading.
He has been unloading. Yeah, he's been unloading a lot.
He's on it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy because like a lot of the stuff he's saying, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is like pretty reasonable. But the thing that gets me is like he's been saying a lot of stuff where he's like, I have the proof and I'm going to show you guys. But then he doesn't pull out any proof. He doesn't show anything.
Right.
So now it doesn't like feel genuine. It feels like a marketing tactic because I know he has an upcoming fight. Because the way I view it is if I had proof, I'm not telling anybody I have proof. I'm exposing that. I'm posting that on every account ever. I'm making like
unanimously, anonymously.
No, well, yes and no. I'm making like thousands of burner accounts.
Yeah,
I'm literally making thousands of bots, and I'm posting that everywhere.
Untraceable.
And somebody with his level, like his influence, his amount of money, he can do something like that. And so I don't know. To me, it's like it's a little weird. But yeah, this video was posted by him. It's a little bit of a long one, but it's like, I don't know what kind of bird it is, but that bird is just like there.
He says, well, I think they are watching.
Yeah.
Look at that head tilt.
I need to watch this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Is it
look
just like
at
on his
it.
Twitter?
Look at that.
TikTok. He's been posting a lot on TikTok. That's where he's posting a lot.
Maybe
of
this dude hit a window and he's concussed.
It could be the same.
He has no idea what's going on now.
Like, this bird looks familiar.
These poor birds, man. Windows are not meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Especially really clean windows.
I was thinking about going down that rabbit hole though of like the stuff that he's talking about, which for those of you that aren't aware, he's been talking a lot about like Hollywood and like the like social elites. He was talking a lot about can't even remember. Alex Jones talked about it. It was not the Court of Owls. That's Batman. It's that one camp where in California where all the rich guys go, where there's like the owl statue. I can't remember.
I mentioned that to Matt the other day, but I couldn't remember the name either.
Oh,
we were talking about
like,
something along those lines, and we brought it up.
Yeah. They do like a bunch of like I will say sacrifices, but it's like ritualistic stuff. Where they do like plays and stuff like that. Like they pretend to like sacrifice things like in their play, and they have like a sacrificial like bowl there with like for the owls and stuff like that.
You know,
it's very weird.
I understand people got to do stuff to enjoy their time, but all I need is like a large fry and a good movie, and I'm good.
You're content.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine needing that to keep going? Grab your cloak and your torch, head over to the forest, and let's get the boys and enjoy our time. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, Bohemian Grove.
Yeah,
that was the name. Okay.
Bohemian
I was like, I know,
Grove.
like I saw the name. I'll find it. And I don't know how active it is now.
Let's have our wedding.
But it was. That's insane.
Let's do it.
Stick it to the man.
It was very, very active back then. It used to be like the social elite like spot where like every rich person would go there. It's very what's the word? It's like from the movie Babylon.
Yeah.
It's like very like underground, not underground, but like
Just
back then it was like public, but it was only for the elites.
Right, exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
exclusive.
say.
And there's video footage of a guy who like snuck in there recently, like within like the last year, and he walks around at night. It's him by himself,
I think I've
walking
seen
around
that.
at night, showing like the owl statue. He's showing everything. He's showing that there's like still power there. They have like behind the owl statue, like a little like shack. And in that shack, there's like a generator and there's like speakers and stuff like that. So if there's still power, that means it's still being used.
Look.
No.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Would you ever want to do like urban exploring like that?
I've seen Eyes Wide Shut.
I'd be down.
I've seen it.
I'd be down. I think we're fast enough to run away from cops.
There's a scene in Eyes Wide Shut where it's just that. It's like Tom Cruise. Like
It is.
walks into like a crazy like cult thingy.
And he's like, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, and it's one of the best like scenes ever. Like the sequence is amazing, and they're all like,
What movie is this?
Eyes Wide
Wide Shut.
Oh, that's what's called Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. So he walks in and they ask him for the password, and I think he gives them like the correct password, but then they ask him for the other password, and he doesn't have that one.
Password to the password.
Yeah.
So 1999.
Stanley Kubrick's last movie, Christmas movie, by the way.
Is it
Christmas move?
It is a Christmas.
Really? All right.
It's not like
Not yet.
Christmas
It's
movie,
like a
but
die-hard Christmas
it's
movie.
like it's taking place in Christmas movie, so I consider it a Christmas movie.
Okay. You grab the family, you watch Elle. You watch Eyes Wide Shut.
Yikes!
It's just good times.
Just a family tradition.
Sounds
you
like
know?
I'm
hearing.
Sounds like a good time.
I'd be so down to do like some urban exploring like that. Find an
hell, I
abandoned
know you
spot.
would.
I'm
No.
so down.
Nah,
Should do it.
no.
Just vlog it.
We do that, and then we
Do a
end
live
up,
vlog so we know.
We end up in jail for 3 days.
or no,
for
worse.
trespassing.
We end up like
thinking worse.
we end up upside down, like hanging by trees. You know what
Just
I mean?
know you got your boys coming after
Yeah.
you. But it has to be live.
Tied up,
I need GPS coordinates.
people around us like this, gathered around. It's just, gosh, bro.
Get the ops.
But yeah, that's what Ryan Garcia's been going on about. But that was the bird video. Did I show you?
Yeah,
Okay,
I just
okay.
watched it.
I'm spacing out. I don't know if I believe it, but at the same time, birds are so weird. It's
Yeah. I don't.
they're bizarre. I'm gonna say I don't believe it for the most part. Although I think maybe that's like something the CIA would have done back then. Try to like get birds to do something. I don't know.
It was
Thing is-
definitely an 80s thing.
You know, like, you know, if we're getting real like critical about it, you just got to figure out how to do surgery on a bird and keep it alive with one eye, and then the other eye is a fake eye.
Yeah, which they could
Sedate
do
it,
something like
input
that.
it, a chip, and then the chip responds to a computer. Like, you don't have to make a robot bird. You just have to figure out how to put an electronic piece into a bird.
That's what I'm
Keep it alive.
Which that does seem very plausible now.
That
you
would
said
make more sense.
because they'd microchip animals.
That's what I'm saying.
All of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
So what's stopping them from microchipping an
And you know
animal
they
with,
got
like,
those
a
cameras
speaker?
in the hospital realm of things. They've got the cameras that can go down your throat that are very, very small. They go into
Scary.
cables and stuff like that. And those are just the cables that they release to the public. Like,
Honestly,
you
now
know
that you
the
said
best
that-
equipment is. You know
Diego's
what
a
I'm saying.
believer.
I kind of am a believer now.
Sold.
I'm so sold.
I'm sticking with no because I think they have other ways of doing such things now. Obviously, phones is like
Street lights.
Phones is literally just
Phones is the easiest thing.
It's like
absolutely
everything.
like right now.
If you want to know
How we doing?
anybody,
That's
what
how they got
anyone's
P. Diddy,
doing,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for
They got
real.
like
It's a phone.
250 hours of footage from his producer.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and like these people only care about money, so they care about saving money. They're not gonna do that. No,
Yes and no. It depends on who. I guess who's in charge. Because if it's the government doesn't care about saving money, bro. The government, if they wanted to save money, we would be so efficient. But we have so much like bureaucracy, and there's so many like obstacles, and they can't show favoritism to certain companies. So, like as an example, one of the offices I worked in for a while, they needed to buy some chairs for the office, and so they needed like a couple hundred chairs. And
Which is expensive, by the way.
it is
if you want
expensive.
nice chairs,
100
if you do want
chairs?
nice
you're
chairs.
probably at 50,000 minimum.
Yes. So that's the crazy thing. That's what's nuts to me is like, let's say like my chair. I think my chair is pretty nice. I got my
Right.
chair for like $150.
Right.
And if I wanted to get like a better chair, I could probably get a better chair for like $200, $300.
Right. Nice office chairs can
Yeah.
be like $500.
Exactly. They had to spend like $1,200 per chair.
Oh,
Because they have to like, I think like
Golly,
it's
those
not an
things
auction,
better
it's like
vibrate.
a bid. And
I want
so imagine like
massagers.
$1,200 per
Right?
chair, and they're worse than my chair. That's the crazy thing.
ridiculous.
They were worse than my chair.
Hell.
And I don't even have like a great chair. I just have an ergonomic chair. It's nice. That's it. That's all it
At
does.
this point, it's tax write-offs.
It has to be like tax write-offs. It's like, okay, here's your budget, spend it, or you lose it. That's really what it comes down to.
Come on, it's called what is that in economy? It's the Office explains it. Oscar in the Office. If mommy and daddy give you $10 to run a lemonade stand and you only spend $9, next year they're only going to give you $9 to run your lemonade stand.
Yeah.
So what do? You spend all 10.
go crazy.
Which is such a dumb like philosophy to me. Like if you didn't use that money, great. Now you have extra money for the next year.
right.
Give me that same amount of money, but
Right.
like I don't know.
No, it's funny.
But yeah, so I don't know. I still I believe it, even though there are better ways to do it. I think that is still something that they would probably have in the works.
Right.
All right, my turn.
works.
My turn.
Diego's turn.
Broncos country,
Here
let's
we
ride.
go.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Drum roll, please.
Oh my.
So this theory is about Princess Diana and how Princess Diana was murdered.
Bunch bomb.
Sad.
Kind of goes in line with what you were talking about a little bit with the Titanic and how if you wanted to kill like some rich people, that would
it
be
look
like
like
the
an
perfect
accident.
cover up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're gonna do a little deep dive on Princess Diana and who she was.
It's so sad. I love her. I wish she was still alive so I could have
She was.
She would be
witnessed
an
her.
icon, yeah.
You know?
She is still an icon. Even
she
dead,
is.
Yeah.
I just wish she was still alive so I
Yeah.
could be like,
witnessed
she's still
her.
my icon
Yeah, she's my Betty White.
too. Yeah, no, for real.
I get it. So early life. Princess Diana was born on July 1st, 1961 to an aristocratic family in Sandringham, Norfolk, England. Her full name is Diana Frances Spencer. She was the youngest daughter of the then Viscount and Viscountess Althorpe. She went to preparatory schools, so like Riddlesworth Hall in Norfolk and Institut Alpine Vidamanet in Switzerland. She worked as a kindergarten teacher at the Young England School in Pimlico. So she grew up rich and then also had a very like expensive education. She had a good upbringing.
Right. Do we know what a viscount is in this room?
I think it goes like Earl, Viscount. Yeah, in order of royalty, like monarchy, I think it's like kings, I think it's earls and then viscounts. Or maybe I'm wrong. It might be viscounts and then earls.
But it's there. That's fine.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
there. Okay.
It's like royalty for sure.
Earl is my my mom's side of the family. The dad, the last name.
Oh, okay.
So are you royalty?
I don't know, but it's just
In some
we
random.
gotta
anybody
find
can
out.
go and change their name. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows?
We got to do the
Ancestry.
ancestry thing.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
stuff
so
is
bad.
crazy.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, it's
Imagine,
crazy.
yeah, your bloodline's like, no, it'd be crazy.
It's like time out here. We're going on a tangent here. So one of the really, really nice things about like Utah is we have the LDS Church, and the LDS Church
Okay.
has so much history.
It's so true.
They track all of that stuff.
It's
like
so true.
Lineage after lineage after lineage. And so my neighbors, they are LDS, and so they took my family, I think about a year and a half ago, to go look at like family ancestry. It is insane.
It's nuts.
You can track up literally from your parents, grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great great great. It goes up.
I give it. It's
literally to
cool.
like Adam and Eve.
They're good at
Yeah,
it. They're good at it.
yeah. It's cool.
It is insane, and they
Yeah.
like branches and branches, and
Yeah.
like if there's no more like history or like historical documents for that
They just
individual,
make it up.
it just ends right there. Yeah, they just make it up. No, it ends right there at that spot, and it says we don't have any more like documentation, and then it'll like say something like, it's rumored that like the parents of this person were this, but there's no way for us to prove it. But everything else that they do have proof for, it goes all the way up, which is so crazy.
That's awesome. I want to see that.
Dude, it's so cool. Cause like you can see like, oh, like my family came from this lineage. It came from this lineage.
Yeah.
There was royalty here. There was a Spanish king here. There was a Portuguese king here. They had like a native family here. Like you can like see everything.
It's cool. I get it. It's cool.
Super cool. Which total side tangent, but
cool.
really, really cool. Just wanted to harp on that.
This message is brought to you by Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. Please sponsor us. Oh gosh. Back on track. Early life. So that was her early life for Princess Diana. So let's talk a little bit about her marriage. So on February 24th, 1981, it was officially announced that Lady Diana was to marry the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, who is now King Charles of England. They were married by the Archbishop of Canterbury on July 29th, 1981. She was the first English woman to marry an heir to the throne for 300 years. That is a very, very, very uncommon marriage, because usually most marriages are they're prearranged. There's a lot of planning that goes behind all of the marriages with royalty, not just like English, British royalty, but like Swedish, German, French, like all sorts of royalty. They're very keen on keeping their riches, their power, their influence to themselves and who they designate. And so marrying someone outside of maybe like their own family, their own cousins, their own second cousins is not as common. It's more common now, but at that time, not very common. Right. That's why if you look at a lot of like historical pictures of kings, a lot of kings had, how do I say this? They had an extra chromosome. I don't know how to. They had like birth defects or
pure blood.
Yeah, because it was pure blood.
But they're inbred.
That's
but the more you inbreed, the more like genes get messed up. Stuff it just doesn't. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why like you can see portraits of kings where like they even say like, yeah, he was king for like 2 years and then he died because he was inbred. Stuff like that was very, very, very common because it's the best way to like make sure your millions and billions of dollars don't go to the stranger across the street, but only to your family. And so, yeah, her marriage, very, very uncommon. Family-wise, she did have 2 sons, Prince William Arthur Philip Lewis and Prince Harry Charles Albert David. So her marriage and her family, as they were presented to the media at that time, were very storybook, very fairy tale-esque until divorce time. So in December 1992, it was announced that Princess Diana and Prince Charles were separating. And so they were like, this was just their separation. It wasn't their official divorce. But in November of 1995, the princess gave a television interview where she talked about how unhappy she was in her personal life and the pressures of her public role. And then shortly after that, the queen herself recommended an immediate divorce after the interview and many other high profile troubles, which we'll get a little bit into those high profile troubles that didn't make the royal family look very good. And so they were officially divorced on August 28th, 1996. So public wise, she was obviously very influential. Everybody knows who Princess Diana was. Like our parents know, to our parents, that was their icon. That was who they watched on the television. That was who they looked up to and stuff like that. So she was very involved in the official duties of the royal family, especially after the divorce. She did a couple of tours to Wales, Brazil, India, Canada, Nigeria, Italy, Japan, South Korea, and a bunch of other countries. Something that she was very, very well known for is something that a lot of people recognize her as iconic for. Was her style. She was very, very closely tied and associated to the fashion world. So she was also often very much so recognized for her charitable work. That's one of the really awesome, amazing things she did. She was a patron to over 100 charities, and she helped out thousands of lives through her social work. So now I want to talk about some of the rumored boyfriends that she had. And some of these are not rumored. Some of them have been confirmed by her or by other people. And I'll kind of go into that a little bit. But some of these rumored boyfriends, a lot of this was in between the time period where she was separated. So she wasn't officially divorced. And so it was a messy look for the royal family. Not a good look to have your son, who's the prince, and then his wife over here date someone else. Right. It doesn't look very good in general, and then it doesn't look good royalty-wise.
You have to see it with a royal lens.
Yeah. We're going to first talk about Barry Manicky. He was a police officer with the Royal Protection Squad. So their affair was rumored, but it was ended in 1987 when he was killed in a motorcycle accident. So some quotes that she had related to her time with Barry. I was only happy when he was around. His death was the biggest blow of my life.
Oh shoot.
That honestly, like, that sucks. It sucks to like hear something like that. That makes you really sad. He was like obviously very happy, but then he was killed in a motorcycle accident, which some people theorize with a lot of like her relationships where they were killed or like sent away or like whatever, like the relationship ended. A lot of people think a big part of that is because the royal family didn't want that relationship to continue. Which makes sense. If you are the royal family, why are you standing like for this? Like, you're not going to let someone make you look bad. You're going to use your money, your power, your influence to end whatever that is. So a lot of people think stuff like this was done out of like vengeance against her or like retribution to make her feel bad for the divorce, for her lifestyle, for her relationship with Prince Charles. Next guy I want to talk about, James Hewitt. He was a former household cavalry officer and a tank commander. They met at a cocktail party in 1986. They had an affair, which she confirmed in a 1995 Panorama interview. But that affair ended when he was forced to leave to serve in the Gulf War in 1991. So they were dating, but then British monarchy said, get out of here. You're going to war.
I see.
Which that's like that's a very common thing that a lot of like military, not military, but monarchies would do.
Yeah.
A lot of royalty would do. Stuff like that happened like in the Bible. Like King David would send, what was her name? Bathsheba? I don't remember her name, but he saw like a lady that he wanted to be with. And so he asked, who's her husband? And then he sent her husband to war. Yeah. That's so messed up. Yeah. So messed up. But stuff like that happens all the time. I can think of someone
even sooner than that, but I live in Utah, so I won't talk about it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know.
I'm oblivious.
I live under a rock.
But it happens. I'll tell you that
it
right
does.
now. It happens.
And so some other boyfriends, I'm going to pull up some more info on them so we can talk about them. So the next guy I want to talk about is James Gilby. He was a childhood friend of Diana, famously the other person on an illegally... Oh, so there was like phone calls of Princess Diana that were like illegally recorded. And so one of the phone calls was related to James Gilby. They were dating at the time where they gave each other like nicknames like Squidge, Squidgy, Darling, and stuff like that. He denied the affair, but based on the phone call, it was pretty like, clear. Like, oh, we're close.
There.
Like
there was something there.
There's something there. Which, if I were him, I would also deny it because I don't want to be the next guy to get sent to war.
That's not true. I did not do that. Wait.
Exactly. Gosh. Another guy, Oliver Hoare. He was an art dealer in the early 90s. He was spotted at Kensington Palace on numerous occasions, which that's such like a paparazzi thing, is to like spot people, take their pictures and stuff like that, and then start like a rumor. So Ken Worf was a former royal protection officer for Diana, and this is a quote from him. She confided to me that he was the first man who had ever aroused her physically, saying that she completely fell in love with him. I don't know how their relationship ended. I don't know for sure. I don't know any of that info, but that's just like a rumored boyfriend, just throwing that out there. Or I guess not rumored, I guess confirmed boyfriend. Another guy, Will Carling. So he was a British rugby star in the mid-90s.
Bro was out here.
Yeah, at the time, he also was involved in a scandal because he had a wife at the time, and her name was Julia. And so she said of Princess Diana, this has happened to her before, and you hope she won't do these things again, but she obviously does. She picked the wrong couple to do it with this time because we can only get stronger from it. I am sad that Will put himself in this position and that the princess did this as well.
Wait, hang on. That was coming from
the wife. So the wife was basically saying Diana's a homewrecker. Yeah. And she's done it multiple times.
But also like...
And she stayed with her husband?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm staying with my husband because we're going to get stronger. Which,
but also,
that's
like,
a no-go for
this
me.
This guy Will, like, he's chilling.
Like, no, F that guy.
Oh, no.
No, not a good guy either, but like, that's ridiculous.
Insane.
That's wild.
Oh, no.
And then this is where some of her more, I guess like her latter like dating history, like the last two guys that she was rumored to date, this is where it gets more controversial in terms of like the royal family. So Hasnat Khan, he was a Pakistani heart surgeon that she dated for 2 years from 1995 to 1997. So Diana said that he was the love of her life, which it feels like there's a lot of trends here where she's like very, very much so in love with these other guys.
She's very emotional.
Yeah.
Gotta give it to her.
And so she introduced Hasnat Khan to her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Says they had a very good relationship with no personal problems. The only problem they had was with the media. So the only place that they would ever get actual privacy was in Kensington Palace. That was like the only place where the media could not get to them because the media could not enter the palace. I don't know how that relationship ended, but her very last relationship was with Dodi Al Fayed. So he was the son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. So he was the last boyfriend. And so this is where I'm going to like switch back to PowerPoint. It kind of leads a little bit into her death. So she died in a car crash on August 31st, 1997. And this is one of those historical, iconic moments where everybody remembers where they were when they saw the news on the TV. It's kind of like our 9/11 sort of thing. Okay. And so she died in a high-speed accident in the Place de l'Alma underpass in central Paris shortly before midnight. She was taken to La Petite Salpêtrière Hospital and underwent emergency surgery for 2 hours before being declared dead. She was accompanied by a couple of people. So she was with her boyfriend, Dodi Fayed, and the driver of the vehicle, and then her bodyguard. Dodi Fayed and the driver of the vehicle died in the accident, but her bodyguard was seriously injured. A lot of people are suspecting that Dodi Fayed was murdered and Princess Diana was murdered, and the reason for it is because she was pregnant with his child. And this is a relationship that the royal family severely did not approve of. The reason for it is because it would have given them it would have given them like birthrights to the throne. And so this is where a lot of this has happened historically throughout all of like time, where you don't give your birthrights to your bastard. To your children of other wives. You only give that birthright to your royal, official spouse. The reason a lot of people speculate that they were murdered is because the driver had very erratic behavior before the car crash occurred. So a lot of people believe that he was paid off to complete the murder. Again, just remember that Dodi was the eldest son of the billionaire of Mohammed Al Fayed, and so a marriage between them, or at least just a child between them, would be a link between royal family wealth and then billionaire wealth. Yeah, and that's a lot of power and a lot of influence. That's an empire right there for the making. Yep,
and they put it in one car in a tunnel.
Yeah, one car, one tunnel, and I'm going to say they ended it. Yeah, the British monarchy, they have very, very good secret agencies. They have their own equivalent of the CIA, MI6.
MI6.
They got James Bond. They got James Bond. But yeah, I'm just curious to know what you think about all of that. Is that something that you believe that she was murdered? There's definitely a lot more that I haven't done deep dive enough on. That's because I ran out of time. I did this 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, I've. This is definitely one of those bigger one, just a big conspiracy theory that I'm always yeah, bro, she got caught.
My thing is the queen, even early on in her dating, in Diana's early dating history, you know the queen was extremely, and this is an understatement, extremely furious with her. But couldn't show it. So you keep poking at the queen. Yeah. And then finally you do something like this. I'm not saying that she messed up or she did the wrong thing. She was just doing what she wanted to do. But in the queen's eyes, you are now enemy of the state.
You're heresy. Yeah, literally your number one enemy of the state is kind of the way that you view
number one.
Yeah. Which if you see the pictures, the videos of all of them together, the queen is never happy. She was never happy when Princess Diana was around. She was always frowning, always very serious, very angry looking. Kind of the same way that she was with Meghan Markle. Very, very, very unhappy, very just hostile,
disgust.
Yeah,
just had that
Yeah, and so a lot of the stuff that you saw with Meghan Markle, the stuff that we saw with Meghan Markle, and the way that Meghan Markle was treated by the Queen and the royal family, is the same way Princess Diana was treated, especially during the separation, during the divorce. I think the big thing with Princess Diana is that Princess Diana was a lot more, I would say influential, iconic. She had a lot more eyes on her, especially at the time, and then she also was very more outgoing, willing to take the risk, where she didn't care if her appearance, if she was caught in a scandal or anything like that. She had very much a Marilyn Monroe sort of attitude.
She played by her own rules.
That's what it was. She played by her own rules.
There's that one video that I always see on the timeline where she's participating in this run or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of event that's I guess she broke a rule, she's not allowed to do it, and she goes and does some recreational activity.
It's the jogging thing.
She does something. I don't know too much, but yeah,
she sounds like everyone was closest thing to a princess has ever actually been.
I agree.
Princesses, they just want to love. They want to be passionate. They want to be themselves. Control is the last thing they want or need.
Yeah,
it's all sad.
Yeah, bro. It's Rapunzel.
Let's say
Untangled,
because we don't. It's not confirmed. You're right. Yeah. Let's say it's not confirmed or ever. This is still an extremely sad event. I can see why.
Yeah.
you know, even without the conspiracy, it's just unfortunate when you see something that's good in a place where good can actually make a change. You know what I'm saying?
Believability? What are you?
It's
what are you
high
voting?
for me. It's really high. For sure, if something came out, I would say I'm not surprised. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Something on a deathbed or something.
Yeah. Kind of like when like the CIA releases or like they
Right.
classified documents and
Right.
they're like, yeah, we did like plot to kill like JFK and stuff
Right.
like that. We did bring cocaine into the States.
It's like, oh yeah, we already knew. You know,
yeah. Now it's just officially sanctioned.
Just like the UFO stuff. It's like,
Yeah, the
we
UFO.
knew it.
Yeah, that's right.
You think this is news?
Yeah, the only thing I don't know if like MI6 does stuff like that. I don't know for sure. I doubt they would do something like this because the royal family wants to maintain their image because that's how they maintain a lot of their power.
the gentleman, what are they called? The gentleman, the
Kingsman?
the Kingsman.
My guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kingsman's got it. They got it on wrap.
The Kingsman.
My boy Eggsy.
My boy
Hey.
Eggsy. I knew he was up to no good.
Anyways, I got nothing else unless you guys got any final thoughts.
I have one more conspiracy theory. I am almost convinced that Isaac is a robot.
I honestly think the same thing sometimes.
So I just want to throw that one out there.
Yeah, I
I want to make sure I call it on camera so that when it does happen, it's like, oh, okay.
Like, I told you so.
It's just not true.
I've just seen
You
him
know,
take out
that's
batteries. so I'm
exactly
like,
what a robot would say.
It's just,
Exactly.
it's
That
just
is.
simply not true.
he's a replicant from Blade Runner.
Can robot speak 2 languages? Didn't think so.
Can you say interlink for me?
C-3PO.
C-3PO can speak. How many?
I don't know.
He says it.
That
He says how many he
1,500
can
is
say.
something.
Yeah, he's
Could
like,
say.
I can speak 9,000 something.
Something.
Who says that?
C-3PO.
Oh, no. Oh, when? Where? What?
In the Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I think
But I don't know
Phantom
when.
4.
Menace.
Yeah, it is episode 4. Not in the Phantom Menace. I'm pretty sure he says it in A New Hope.
New
That's
Hope.
episode 4.
Oh, you're right.
But anyways, yeah, we got nothing else. So thank you again for
Great final
watching.
thoughts.
Yeah, tuning in. Very much appreciated. By the time this episode comes out, I do believe we will be at 1,000 subscribers. So huge shout out, huge thank
that's
you.
crazy.
If we're not, a
Shout
little
out.
embarrassing.
And if not, get on it.
Get on it because if we're not at if we're not at 1,000 subs by that, have you seen? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Have you seen the video where like the guy's like talking and then he like stutters and then like he just like and he like slaps the guy. He like starts beating the guy up because he stutters mid talk.
charges the camera. It's just like,
Dude, let me find them. These are so funny.
Wait, is it an actual video?
gets
He, like,
frustrated.
mad,
It's
or-
like a meme
is it a
sort of
skit?
thing.
Did you show
It's like a skit.
dude was packing. And he's like,
Bro does the most crazy sound effects. But that was like what I was thinking of in my head because I stuttered and I was like, I'm gonna get Isaac right now. No witnesses. But anyways, please take a second to like, sub, tell your friends, do what you gotta do, support us however you can, leave a 5-star rating. Super, super duper appreciated. Thank you for helping us hit 1,000 subs, or at least getting us very, very, very close. All of that said, my name is Diego,
My name is Matt.
My name is Isaac.
My name is Shirish.
and we will see you next time.
Whoa.